Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Daria if you're new here. And today's practice is called Slow Glow. In this practice, we will begin by moving slowly and intentionally into the body to bring awareness down from our mental space and into our physical space, and to open things up in a gradual way. And then we'll begin to move not fast, but a little bit faster to build a little bit of that glowy heat within the body. This is really feel good and opening, especially for legs, lower body, and hips. You'll just need yourself a space to move and maybe a couple of yoga blocks for this practice. Before we get into it, I just want to let you all know that I am hosting a live Zoom class for New Year's. This will be a chance to do some mindful movement, do a bit of meditation, breath work, and intention setting to move into the new year in alignment. I am excited about this opportunity to connect with some of you that I don't know who like to practice with me in the virtual setting. There are more details about this class on the community tab of my channel. I will link to it in the description box of this video as well. So if you're interested, you can go over to that info and click the link to fill out your Google form to sign up for the class. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. We'll begin today from child's pose. So find your way here, taking any variation of child's pose that feels really cozy in your body. Knees together or wide. Sit your hips all the way back onto your heels, and then walk the hands forward, and you can relax your forehead down, or maybe chest and chin down. Right away, begin to sink and settle into the surface beneath you. And let your body drape like fabric, beginning to comb through any wrinkles along the line of your spine or anywhere else that you notice tension by drawing awareness to those spaces and using your breath to find softness. Taking really full, stretchy inhalations into the space of your belly to fill up. And allowing the exhale breaths to be softening and cleansing. Breathing in and out through your nose. Starting to find the whispered ocean wave sound to your breath. Ujjayi pranayama. As you continue to arrive and soften here, start to observe everything you can feel in your physical body space. Drawing awareness to the sensations, noticing any emotional states, and just letting all of the parts of yourself express and be in their raw format, exactly as they are. Take a deep, full inhale breath up the line of your spine. And a big sigh out of your mouth. Press into your palms and start to make your way up into a tabletop position, climbing onto your hands and your knees. Bring your shins parallel behind you. We'll begin with some hip circles here. So as you inhale, soften your belly, lift your sitting bones toward the sky, creating an arch in your low back space. Then rock your pelvis over toward the right, squeezing your right waist shorter. Now scoop your tailbone underneath if you get hollow into your low core as you come through the center. And then let the hips glide all the way over to the left, like you're trying to stick your butt in that direction. Again, inhale, low back arches, tailbone up. And as you exhale, begin to circle around to the right, tucking down through center and over to the left. Good. Now let's take two the opposite way. Coming back up with the tail and then beginning toward the left with your circles. Start to connect the dots between the points here. So we're making a more fluid circle. Begin to find your way back to a neutral spine. We'll do the same thing now with the rib cage. Soften the fronts of your ribs down toward the earth, getting really open into the solar plexus area. Then draw the ribs over to the right. As you do this, your left side body squeezes shorter. Then press down, round, hug in through the ribs, and draw the middle part of your back up to the sky. And then slide the rib cage over to the left and reset back down to the center. Again to the right. Spread your breath through the openings you feel. Now let's go 2 times the opposite way. Really take your time to isolate just the region of the ribs with these circles. All right, finally, let's do this with the head and the neck. Let your chin drop toward your chest, and then bow your right ear towards your right shoulder. Circle your chin up and forward to lift the gaze, open the throat, and then left ear toward left shoulder and back through center. Again in that direction. And go the other way, touching to the edges of your range of motion here. And finding center. Now we'll do all of that together. So with your next breath, start to slide your head, your ribs, and your hips over toward the right. And then look up with your tailbone, look up with your eyes, arch your back, come through center. Going off to the left with hips and head. And then tuck down and under with the tail, get hollow into your core, round your spine. Again, big circle, everything swings to the right, up, to the left, and through center. Good. Let's go to the opposite direction. And this can start to become really intuitive, waking the body up in any direction that feels nice for you. Settling back into tabletop position. With your next inhale breath, begin to float your right arm forward and your left leg back, hovering in line with your torso. Pausing here for a few moments to create core stability and steadiness. Reaching out past the tips of fingers and toes. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, kick your left heel in, reach your right hand around and back and see if you can capture your foot in the air from the inside. Flex your toes, create energy between your inner thighs. And then with your next inhale breath, squeeze your shoulder blades onto your back, draw your heart forward. As you exhale, kick your left shin back. And then create an equal opposing force of energy. Back through the left shin, forward through the heart. One more full breath in. Good. As you breathe out, release your foot. Place your right hand down. Step your left leg off of the mat beside you. Toes point forward. Then bend your knee a lot and start to move your hips laterally, gliding to the side and then back in. If you want a circle, can be nice here as well. Looking to find some gentle opening into the inner thigh area, a bit into the hips as well. Good. Now from here, come back to your left leg a little bit straighter. Pivot on that heel to externally rotate your toes up toward the sky, feeling that rotation from the hip socket. We're going to rock the hips back in space so it becomes an extended leg child's pose. You can slide a block under your heel for support here if that's helpful for you. And if folding forward is a lot, you can stay a little bit more upright wherever you are. Melting into the pose. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. One more round here. Begin to press into your palms. Come back forward into your extended leg tabletop position. Now we're going to pivot your right shin so it comes parallel to the back of your mat. Turn your left toes so they point toward the side. Bending that knee, press your hips down and forward. Press into your right fingertips and inhale, just circle your left arm up to the sky. As you exhale, lean your hips more forward and carry your left arm all the way over the top of your head. Take a deep inhale breath here. As you exhale, dig into right fingertips and toenails. Float your left leg, carry it all the way around to the side and then back behind you. Bending your knee, once again, we catch for the foot in the air. Flexing the toes, take a breath in, pull back on your left shin and really draw forward on your heart. Creating a C shape through the spine. Imagine you could touch your toes to the back of your head. Full breath in. And as you breathe out, release. Left knee stacks onto right one and sink your hips down to the earth. Left fingertips can go in front of you. Walk your right hand a little more forward and then slide your shoulder up towards your ear. So we're just in this like chill, kind of loungy position. Tilt your left ear towards your left shoulder and feel the stretch moving up into the side of the neck. Breathing through your rib cage. Begin to turn your eyes to the top of the mat. Micro bend your right elbow, place your left hand down, and then we'll roll onto our bellies. Extend your legs back behind you and plant your toenails down. Take your fingertips wide and spike your elbows up to the sky. When you breathe in, press down and slowly rise up into a high cobra. Shoulders are drawing down the back. Back of the rib cage is trying to reach forward. Biceps to the top of the mat, triceps to the back. Take a full breath in. As you breathe out, release all the way back down onto your belly. Again, inhale, press down, and slowly ripple your way up into high cobra. Pelvis stays heavy, heart is light, and exhale, lower. One more, breathe in, press down, and rise up. And as you breathe out, release. Place your palms beside your ribs, tuck your toes, take a breath in to prepare. As you exhale, stay low to the ground with your heart. Come through like a low tabletop position to slide your hips all the way back in space and then reach your heart forward. Active child's pose. Breathe in, round your spine, coming onto hands and knees. And as you breathe out, coming back into tabletop position. Untuck the toes. With your next inhale breath, extend your left fingertips forward and reach your right leg straight back behind you. Hug in through the muscles of your core. Grip into your right fingertips. Keep them really, really spread. And then energize everything brighter as you take one more breath in. Breathing out, right heel kicks in, reach around and back, catch your foot from the inside. Flex your toes, inhale, right shin begins to reach back and the heart starts to pull forward. Stay as you exhale. Now get active into your right glutes. See if you can float the leg up in space. One more breath in. Breathe out, release your grip. Make a big circle with your right leg to step it wide to the side. Left hand down for support. And then bend into your right knee and start to make your hip circles or glides side to side. Allow your body to go in any way, any pattern that feels nice for you. Feeling when you move slow, how much you can open up into, how much there is in every moment to really feel. Finding a center point here, begin to pivot your right toes up to the sky. Rock your hips back in space, coming into extended leg child's pose, sitting onto a block if you need one, or back onto your heel, and maybe starting to crawl your fingertips forward. Asking if you can drop the tailbone a little more. Asking if your spine could grow a little longer. Press down. Come forward again through a tabletop position. Turn your left shin behind you so it's parallel to the back of the mat. Lift your right heel. Draw your toes back in space and then come to a stacked position with your right knee over your ankle. Press left fingertips down. Inhale to circle your right arm up to the sky. As you exhale, draw your arm forward over your ear. Try to feel that you are plugging your right shoulder into your body even as you do this. Full breath in. Breathing out, press to the earth. Use your core muscles to lift your left leg, hover it out to the side, and then all the way around and back. Bending your knee, catch the knife edge of your foot in your right hand. And then as you inhale, begin to curl forward on your heart. Kick back on your shin. Feel the expansion of the fabric of your front body. One more breath in. As you breathe out, release the right knee to stack on the left one, and then slowly place your outer left hip down, right fingertips down for support. Left hand can go a little bit more forward, and here we come into this side body loungy position. Maybe tilting the right ear toward your shoulder here. Notice if you can feel the stretch moving all the way up into the lats and up maybe into the left shoulder. And seeing if you can surrender to that stretch. Start to turn your eyes toward the top of your mat. Place your right hand down for support and gradually roll all the way back down onto your belly, extending your legs back behind you. Now, this time we'll bring the hands more beside the ribs, and as you inhale, press down, rising up into a high cobra. As you exhale, micro bend your elbows, reach the back of your heart forward, lift your low belly, and start to move your hips a little bit toward one side, through center, and toward the other side and through center. And this can, again, be whatever you need it to be, just like a nice little massage. One more breath. Come through center, take a deep breath in, and grow your cobra nice and tall. As you exhale, lower down. Palms by the ribs, tuck your toes, breathe in. Stay low to the ground as you slide your hips back in space. Reach your heart forward. Inhale, round, coming through hands and knees into cats. And as you exhale, lift your knees, send your hips up to the sky, downward facing dog. Take a moment in this first down dog. Breathing through all the lines of your body. Playing into some little opening movements if you wish, or you could be still. If you're moving, play with the tempo of your movement being really slow motion. As you begin to get steady, really catch the earth under your hands, under your feet. And then root into it. Grow your tailbone up and back behind you. Create space around your neck. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Take a deep inhale breath. Deep exhale breath. With your next inhalation, stretch your right leg high to find three-legged down dog. As you exhale, open your right hip to stack on your left one, and then bend your knee and stretch your right toes as far to the left side of the mat as they'll go, while keeping the right side of the rib cage and shoulders square to the earth. Take one more breath in here. Breathing out, lift your left heel. Hug your right knee forward to your nose, press the ground away from you, and hold in this compressed position for 3, 2, 1, gaze down, step right foot to right thumb, and land your back knee to the earth. As you breathe in, pull your feet toward one another and float your fingers to the sky, Anjaneyasana. As you breathe out, bring your hands to interlace at the base of your spine. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. See if you can begin to reach your thumbs away from your sacrum as your heart lifts a little higher. Take a breath in. Breathing out, keep the grip, flex your right toes, draw back on your pelvis and reach your heart forward, bowing into half splits. Stabilize by steadying the eyes, squeeze belly button to spine. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, release your grip. Step forward into your right foot, knee over your ankle. Press down to lift your back knee and float your fingers to the sky. High crescent lunge. As you exhale, really tuck your tailbone underneath of you. If you need to micro bend your back knee, you can. Feel your lowest set of core muscles drawing in and up. Breathe in, grow the spine. Breathe out, dive your left hand forward, place it to the earth, and turn your right arm up to the sky. Follow your fingers with your gaze. Breathe in, revolved lunge. As you breathe out, flex your right toes, roll to the knife edges of both of your feet. Walk your right foot just a little bit back in space. From here, squeeze your left waist so that your hips can grow higher away from the earth. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, slowly with control, see if you can lower your outer left hip to hover off the ground. Good. Then inhale, press down and float back up. Exhale, slowly lower back down. One more time, inhale, squeeze and lift your left side high. Now, as you exhale, revolve into Skandasana. Right hand lands, right toes turn toward the top left corner of the mat. Left heel pivots down. External rotation through the thigh bone as your toes flip up and we sink low. Palms can come into prayer at heart center or fingertips stay rooted. Take a full breath in. Full breath out, relax your jaw. Now, fingertips plant. We're gonna crawl through center to Skandasana on the other side. Left knee bends, right toes flex up to the sky. Breathe in here. Breathe out, transition back where you came from. Skandasana at the top of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, travel through center to the back. Now, take a full breath in. As you breathe out, come through center. We'll come into goddess, but we're gonna stay low. So heels in, toes out, fingertips down for support. As you breathe in, stick your butt back, elongate your spine like a halfway lift. As you breathe out, get really low and wiggle side to side. Kind of like a sumo squat stance. Keep your toes tracking over your knees rather, tracking over your toes. Full breath in. Breathing out, press down, begin to lift your hips, parallel your feet. So turn the toes in and bow down into a wide-legged forward fold. Take a breath in, wave through your spine, coming up into a halfway lift. As you breathe out, turn your right toes forward to the top of your mat and crawl your fingertips there. Now, right hand can root either inside the foot to your ankle or your shin. Right sit bone is gonna wrap underneath of you. And as we breathe in, we're opening up into Trikonasana triangle. If you need a block under your hand, that's great as well. Feel the growth through both sides of your body, like you're being stretched out. Imagine yourself like taffy, like you can really elongate. And then circle your left arm all the way up over your heads. Feel what's opening here, what's expanding. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, pivot to the top of the mat. Place your left hand down. Now lift your back heel. We're gonna turn all the toes once again into horizon lunge. And from here, play with stepping into wild thing. Bend your left knee to back off. Root your big toe and then skim the mat with your right toes as you step them all the way back. Left shoulder blade wraps underneath of you for support. Press down and slowly open up. And this is definitely a pose where we can access that kind of glowy, expanded state. So feel in your body what feels the best to you in this moment. So let's take one more breath in. As you breathe out, pivoting through a side plank into a high plank, and then lower chaturanga. Let's take it slow for 3, elbows into the ribs for 2, for 1. Inhale, upward facing dog. Reach your heart forward. Exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Arriving here, full breath in. Full breath out. With your next inhale breath, stretch your left leg high, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, open up your hip, stack it, and then reach your left toes toward the right side of your mat, bending your knee a lot, keeping the chest, the ribs really square. Drive your hands down and forward. Take one more breath in. Breathing out, slowly curl your left knee into your nose. Hold and squeeze for 3. Feel some heat in your core for 2. 1, gaze down, step, left foot, left thumb, touch your back knee down. As you inhale, pull the feet toward one another and float your arms skyward, kneeling warrior. As you exhale, bring the fingers to interlace at the base of your spine. Puff your heart forward by drawing your upper arm bones toward one another and down, and then slide your hips to the top of the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Begin to rock your hips back. Flex through your left toes. Reach your heart forward and bow into this active half splits situation. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Inhale, release your grip. Step left foot down so the knee is over the ankle. Press into your back toes to lift that knee and let your arms float high. Crescent lunge. Can you sink a little deeper into that lunge like you're rooting to the earth? Feel your own power in this stance. Let that power radiate out through everything so you become glowier. Take a breath in. Breathing out, dive your right hand down, place it to the earth, and turn your left fingers to the sky. Inhale, imagine you could float away from the earth so you're getting more long and buoyant. And as you exhale, turn to the left with all of your toes so they point there, crawling your front foot back to make more space. You can also crawl your back foot back to make more space so your shoulder is a little off of your wrist. It's not quite stacked. Take a breath in here. As you breathe out, bring your right outer hip down to touch or to hover off the mat. Inhale, press down and lift tall once again, horizon lunge. Exhale, slowly sinking down. One more time, breathe in, press down and rise up. As you breathe out, pivoting toward the top and then toward the right to move into Skandasana on the left. Bending that knee deeply, turn your right toes up, fingertips down or palms into prayer wherever you'd like to be. Deep, steady breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Now fingertips down if they're not. Travel slowly toward the back of your mat, staying low to the ground and finding Skandasana here. Breathing in, taking your exhale breath to transition back to the left side. Inhale. Exhale one more time, going to the back of the mat. Breathe in. As you breathe out, press down, come through center. We'll move into goddess, heels in, toes out. This time, place your hands onto your thighs. Take a breath in to grow your spine long. As you breathe out, twist your left shoulder forward and your right one back. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist toward the left. Breathe in, press down, come through a neutral spine. Breathe out, fingertips down, pivot on your heels, turn your toes in and find wide-legged forward fold. Drop your chest, drop your head. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, turn your left toes to point forward and crawl your fingertips to the top of the mat. Hand inside the foot on ankle or shin. Breathe in, curl your left sit bone underneath of you. Press the knife edge of your right foot down and a little bit backward. And then right arm circles up to the sky. Maybe reaching all the way forward over your ear. Can you make more space between your ribs? Can you slightly spiral your heart toward the sky? Full breath in. Good. Breathe out, face the top of your mat. Bend your left knee. Place your right palm down and forward. Turn all the toes forward and then to the left. Coming through horizon lunge as a transition to go into wild thing. Bend your right knee. Start to skate your left toes all the way around and back. Right arm bone moves into external rotation. And then we open it up here. Take your time, letting the body just air out, open up. Play with different ways of expressing through your left arm. One more full breath in here. And as you breathe out, revolve through the side stack into high plank and chaturanga. Inhale carries you forward, up dog or cobra. Exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Walk your hands to your toes at the back of your mat. We'll take a peace finger grip. So thumb, middle, and index fingers around the big toes. Dig your big toes down and then draw your elbows in
like around your shins, and use that to pull your heart down and then in towards your knees. Imagine the crown of your head is being pulled to the center of the earth. Feel the breath. Notice the back line of your body, all the space that you're making. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Place your fingertips down, releasing that grip. We'll turn heels in, toes out, bend your knees and sink to a squat. Take an inhale breath. See if you can reach your arms up beside your ears. As you exhale, dive your hands forward. Let them slide to the top of the mat and then lift your hips high to come back into downward facing dog. Let's take this little flow again. We'll go a little faster. Breathe in, right leg high. Breathe out right away, knee to nose, hold and squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Step, right foot, right thumb, back knee lands. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, interlace fingers, flex right toes, hips back, bow forward, half splits. Breathe in, high crescent lunge. Back knee rises, arms float up. Breathe out, revolved lunge, left palm down, right fingertips high. Inhale here, grow away from the earth. Exhale, turn all your toes to the right, horizon lunge. Breathe in, lift your hips high. Breathe out, sit your left hip down toward the earth. Inhale, press down and rise back up, horizon lunge. Exhale, pivot to Skandasana, bending your right knee. Turn your left toes up. Breathe in here. Breathe out, Skandasana to the back of the mat. If you want to play without hands this time, go for it. Inhale here. As you exhale, let's come into a wide-legged forward fold. Heels in, or toes in rather, heels a little bit out. Breathe in, halfway lifts. Breathe out, right toes turn forward. Crawl your fingers to the top of the mat, finding a triangle alignment. And as you inhale, open up into it. As you exhale, left arm forward overhead. Breathe in. Breathe out. Left hand down. Turn the toes forward and then to the right. And then we travel into Wild Thing. Take your time getting there. Planting your feet. Press them down and away from you and open up into it. Deep breath in. As you exhale, revolve into high plank and chaturanga. Breathe in, up dog. Breathe out, downward facing dog, hips high. Second side, inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, knee to nose, hold and squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Step forward, back knee touches down. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, interlace fingers at the base of your spine and sit your hips back. Draw the left leg straight-ish. Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, high crescent lunge, reach for the sky. Exhale, right hand lands, left arm circles up. Breathe in here. Breathe out, horizon lunge. Inhale, lift your hips high. Exhale, touch your outer right hip down. Breathe in, press down and float back up. Exhale, breath, transition fluidly as possible into Skandasana, sink low. Breathe in. Play maybe without using hands. Transition to Skandasana at the back of the mat. Sink low and then stay for an in-breath. Out breath, coming into wide-legged forward fold. Turn your toes slightly in, dive your heart down. Inhale, halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale, face the top of your mat with your left toes. Walk your hands forward and finding triangle. Taking your inhale breath to open up into it. Exhale breath, right arm overhead. One more breath in. Breathing out, right hand lands. Pivot your toes to the left and then pick up left foot, step it off the mat behind you. Wild Thing. Inhale, open it up. And exhale, stay. One more breath here. Inhaling. Exhaling to chaturanga. Use your core, stay connected, come down halfway. Breathe in, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Full breath in through your nose. Take a sigh out of your mouth, let it go. One more time, inhaling. Sigh it out. Next inhale breath, stretch your right leg high. three-legged down dog. Exhale, step right foot to right thumb and touch your back knee down. Now we're gonna just grow the heart forward as you take a breath in. As you breathe out, rock your hips back, half splits. So you might just stay here with your fingertips down. You can use blocks if that helps you. If you'd like to work toward Hanumanasana, full splits, crawl your right heel a little more forward. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you start to slide your left knee a little bit back in space. Maybe you slowly touch the pelvis down. Now, wherever you are, try to find squareness through the hips. So if your toes are tucked behind you, keep all 5 of them tucked. If you want to release that tuck, just press your toenails down and keep kind of hugging your feet toward one another. If you've lowered and you want to lift your arms to the sky, go for it. We'll take 3 more breaths. Moving into any expression of this shape that feels really glowy, open, free, good in the body. All right, if the arms are lifted, release the hands down. Tuck your back toes, breathe in. As you breathe out, either from splits, transition back into down dog, or you can go back through half splits to find your way there. Next breath in, left leg floats high. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Touch your back knee down. Breathe in. Keep your fingertips down this time. Just pull your heart forward. And then as you exhale, your hips will go back, your front toes will flex, and we come into Ardha Hanumanasana. This is a great place to be if you want to stay and breathe and open up the back of the leg. If or when you feel ready, start to slide out, elongating your stance with the front heel and maybe the back knee. Take your time. There's no rush at all about moving slow. Maybe untucking those back toes if you wish. Maybe beginning to float the fingers to the sky, but all the time maintaining connection, stability, squareness through the hips. 3 more breaths. Good. Release the hands down if they're not. Curl your back toes under. Shorten your stance or stay here as you prepare, inhaling. Exhale, press down, back thigh lifts, then your front heel round. Hover your foot back maybe into downward facing dog. Take a little figure 8 through your hips, pedaling the feet and letting that ripple up into your pelvis. Full breath in. Let's take a sigh out of the mouth. Begin to round your spine as you come forward, inhaling. And as you exhale, lower your knees to the mat and we'll crawl to the top. We're going to take reclined saddle. Toes touch, knees are wide. Hips sit onto your heels. From here, fingertips come down behind you for support. Lift your pelvis, tuck it, and then wiggle your sitting bones in between your heels. If it's too much here, lift your hips and have a block that you can sit onto, and you might just stay sitting upright on that block. If you are good to go in a little deeper, you can start to bring your forearms down. Maybe you hang here. From here, if you'd like, you can slide all the way out onto your back. Arms can do whatever you like. You can hold or place hands onto your body consciously. Maybe take them wide or all the way up overhead. 5 breaths, and I'll give you a little space in silence. And just watch where your thoughts go. Watch what each moment brings. Draw the arms down alongside of you if you have extended them back. Coming out the way you came in. So from the back, we come up onto forearms. From forearms, moving up to palms. And then you can walk yourself forward, walk your torso forward. Fingertips rooted for support will come to a seat. Swing your legs around and place your feet flat. Take a breath in and reach your fingertips to the top of your mat. Really open up your palms. As you exhale, slowly, 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 we're rounding all the way down to lying on our backs, using control through the core. Still here for 10, 9, looking to find a little heat in the front body, 8, squeezing, 7, find a shaky spot and stay there a little longer, 6, 5, really good, 1 vertebra at a time, lowering, 4, 3, 2, and release. Back of your heart, back of your head. Then slide your legs long and open your arms up right away into your Shavasana. Soften or close your eyes. Tuck your chin a little toward your chest. Create the sinking action once again, releasing any resistance to gravity. And just knowing that in this moment, all you have to do is surrender. And let the state of surrender be not an action, but a full letting go. It's doing less and being more. Taking this time to rest, absorb, and process. Begin to come back into your body, feeling for any glowy sensations, maybe like pulsing or buzzing or tingling, all the energy you've circulated and created. Take some deep breaths, and as you do, you can start to wake up fingers and toes and wrists and ankles. And on an inhale, reach your toes forward and stretch your arms back behind you. Big yawn through the body. When you exhale, roll to a side for fetal pose and melt there for a moment. Press to the earth, finding your way up to Sukhasana, easy seats, closing our practice here. Plant your sitting bones down, and then grow your heart and your spine and the crown of your head up to the sky, connecting to everything you can feel, all the parts of yourself, giving them all space to be and breathe. Noticing what this practice brought up for you, if any shifts were created, but staying unattached to the outcome. Draw your palms to prayer at heart center.
Feel into an inner glow, like there is a light at the core of your being that is glowing outwardly, radiating out from your center. Try to hold this with you and keep connecting to that light as you move back into your day and into the upcoming week. Take a full breath in through your nose. Open mouth, sigh. Lift your heart and bow, chin to chest. Thank you so much for sharing this slow glow flow with me today. I hope that you enjoyed this class. And if you have any thoughts or comments or questions, feel free to leave them for me down below. If you do want to sign up for the New Year's class, just a reminder, you can do that from the link in the description box below or go over to the community tab for more details. And if you're not already a subscriber to my channel, you can do that below as well. You can also join as a monthly donation member. All of these things really help to support me and my channel, and I so appreciate all of you. Have a lovely rest of your day or your night, and I will see you very soon in another practice. Bye.